Well, welcome back to another yoga session with me. We'll go and try and cover some of the moves that we didn't do in the last video, and just to keep your practice up if you're at home on your own, or you don't have time to come and do it with me. If you don't get the chance to come and do it with me, then you can practice these moves from home. So with yoga, we will start with the breathing technique to get our body and our mind into focus, ready for a session. If you've got a busy day, or if you're stressed, or you're anxious, or you just need to relax, then this will help you get into the mood and calm you down and start to sort of dissemble all the day that you've had. So we're going to practice a breathing technique called 5-2-7. What we're going to do is breathe in for 5 seconds, hold it for 2 seconds, and then slowly exhale for 7 seconds. So we're going to try and extend the breath by just taking focus of it. We're going to breathe through the nose again. If you need to release slowly through the mouth, then do it with a pursed lips or like a whistling pose. So that way you can slow down the exhalation as you deflate the lungs nice and slowly over 7 seconds. So it does take a little bit of practice to get into it. So let's have a go. We'll try it for 3 breaths to start with. So we're going to breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold the breath for 2 seconds. Then we're going to slowly deflate for 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. So you might have already got rid of the air by 3, 4, 5. But that's cool. It's just about learning to slow the exhalation out. So we're going to try that again. We're going to breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 2 seconds. Hold the breath for 2 seconds. We're going to slow the breathing down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's try that again. For breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold the breath for 2 seconds. Then we're going to breathe out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So whenever we're going to do some of the poses today, we're going to try and use the 5-2-7 principles when we're actually doing the yoga poses. So I'll remind you when we're doing that. But just be observant of your breathing. Try using your breath through the nose the whole time, in and out. You know, you might need to clean it or cleanse it. You might have a cold, but if you kind of slow the breathing down so it's nice and slow and relaxed and conscious. Alright, so what we'll do first of all, we'll start on our knees. Let's go back onto our knees. We're going to do standing up as soon as we can. But what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to do some basic stuff just to get the blood into the core. So from a table position, what we're going to do is bring up into a cat to start with. So bringing the back up as nice as you can, high as you can, stomach up as high as you can, vacuum in all of the lower intestine into the rib cage. There you go, cool, vacuum in. From there, we're going to exhale, we're going to breathe down, we're going to bring the tailbone up, the head up, we're going to keep our head up and push down. So we're going to do that again, up, all the way into cat, and then back down into cow, just to get some blood into our stomach, our core, before we begin. Okay, so breathing out, breathe out. Alright, let's try 5-2-7 on this one. So we're going to breathe in for 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll hold the breath for 2 seconds, hold the breath for 2 seconds, and then slowly for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. So it's kind of basic stuff like that. Okay, for the first one, we're going to start with a little tricky one. I'm going to bring my left leg up. Okay, and we're going to go into a table position to start with. And I'm going to start with the left leg up, extended. Okay, then we're going to bring it down. We're going to go for the right leg. We're going to put some blood in the glute muscles before we stretch them out to down dogs and things like that. We'll do a bit of a dolphin one as well today. So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the left leg, keeping the knee bent. Okay, I'm going to use the right hand to hold on to the foot of the left leg. And then second, I'm going to extend the chest, extend the head, extend the arms, the legs into a tiger position. Hold up there, a nice deep breath in, hold, slowly deep breath out, bringing everything back down again. Cool. Right, we're going to bring up the right leg, keeping the knee bent, hold on to the back or the front of the foot using the left arm. And in a second, we'll take a nice deep breath in, extend everything out, chest up, head up, everything into a nice position there, beautiful, into this tiger. And then back down again, beautiful. Alright, okay, so from there we're going to go up into, and we're going to do a bit of standing stuff and then come back down and then do a little bit of stretching and core stuff on the ground again. So let's get all the way up. So I'm going to stretch out the legs as high as you can, right or left, it doesn't matter, because we're climbing up. We're going to bring the foot out to the side here into lizard. From there we're going to bring the other foot next to it. There we go. So we've got our bent knees, bent glute, bent back, arms are relaxed, head forward, everything nice and relaxed. So you shouldn't be overstretching at this point or pushing down or anything. You should be just literally folding over. Now what we're going to do when we first come up, we're going to take a nice deep breath as we come up. We're going to extend the legs first of all to get them nice and straight. From here I'm going to then work from each vertebrae up, keeping the arms and the shoulders and the head relaxed, working up the 33 vertebrae and the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, working our way up the vertebrae, the neck, the head, they'll be last. As we come up, and as we come up, slowly round to the side. Take a nice deep breath here. Cool. Alright, so from here what we're going to do is I'm going to go into a standing wide angle pose to start with. I'm now going to bring out the arms to the side. Okay, from here what we're going to do is we're going to tilt the whole body off to the side and we're going to plant the right hand on the right knee. This hand will keep coming up until it's facing completely straight. In a second we'll take a nice deep breath in here, we'll hold the pose here for a second. And then when we exhale we're going to go down the leg from the right arm. So take a nice deep breath in here. And then as we go down, we're going to go down nice and low towards the ankle. Beautiful. From here, from the triangle, we're going to go an extended triangle. Like I say, this is a few tough ones to get you really into relaxation mode. So we're going to try for an extended triangle there. I don't know how great that looks. Brilliant. And then back up into triangle and coming all the way up into straight. Let's go for a goddess pose for a second, just to show we can. There we go, take a nice deep breath there in goddess pose for a second. And then back up, straight arms again. Alright, so tilting off now, we're going to tilt the whole body off to one side, tilt. Again, we're looking for the knee, the hands straight up in the air, everything nice and straight. Okay, take a nice deep breath in here, and then when we exhale, we're going to go down the leg, down the leg, down the leg. Stretch. Feel the stretch of that adductor, and core, everywhere. Feel the balance, rejuvenation at this point. Feel the stretch, breathe it through. Take a nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. And then when you're ready, we're going to come slowly back up to the knee again, straight all the way up, and arms out. Bring the arms in together, face the toes front, go into a namaste or prayer position. The children behind, children playing. Everyone's having fun today. Beautiful. So I'm just going to bring the feet in a little bit for this first one. So we're going to do a yogic squat. So I'm going to low down, get into a nice squat position and really stretch out those glute muscles here and the hamstrings and the adductors. I'm going to rest the elbow inside the knees for a second, back into prayer or namaste position and open it up. Alright, so from there that will open up the thighs, the hips, the glutes. We'll take a nice deep breath in here. Just for a second. Then we're going to stand up and do tree in a sec. So from here, we're now going to come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Okay, so feet together, and right. So you're going to find your balance if you're a beginner. Then you can just do it ankle height. If you're getting a bit more advanced, then you can practice. Then you can put your foot up here, start to practice tree from here. But ideally, if you can find the perfect place, he says, and then put your feet up as high as you can and rest it on the quadricep muscle here, you'll find some kind of resting place that you get comfortable with. Okay, from here we're going to move from a namaste position. We're going to keep going all the way up, climbing as high as you can, working on your balance, core. There we go. Once we've got to the top, we're going to open the volcano. Keep opening the volcano. Drop the shoulders down into tree. Okay, hold that tree there for a nice breath. I'm going to close the volcano back up as high as you can. High as you can. Hands together. Back into a namaste position. Once you've got your namaste position, or prayer position, slowly drop. Okay, if you can do the left, you've got to try the right. So, again, beginner, practicing it, just to get one balance on the leg. A little bit more intermediate, okay. Well, if you're kind of used to a bit of yoga, you can find where you'd like to ground, a nice part of the ground, where you found that you feel the roots the most. If you don't get it, then just move around. Just keep moving until you find your ground. You will find it. So, from namaste or prayer position, all the way up as high as you can. All the way up. Center of gravity won't move. It will stay where it is. Open the tree from the volcano down into tree, relax the shoulders. Hold it there for a breath. And then when you're ready to breathe in, we're going to breathe in. Bring the arms up high. Touch the hands down into prayer or namaste position. Just settle there. Slowly bring foot back down to the ground. Cool. Right, so from here then, let's go down. We're going to go down into a kneeling position next. So I'm going to just kneel down on the left foot as well. Now you can use a block for this one. I'm going to just relax the back foot. I'm going to use a block for this one as a demonstration. I'm going to put on the inside foot. Okay, this right hand here, left hand, left leg is going on the block, and it's going to be nice, straight up. Check your alignment. This other hand here is going to go against the block. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the cord to twist. So watching the front thumb, the hand will be out nice and straight, and I'm just going to keep watching the thumb as it comes up nice, like a ticking clock. That's 10, 11, and 12. And then once we hit 12, we're going to take a nice deep breath here. Cool. Up here. And then slowly come back. 11, 10, to 9, to 8, to 7, and 6. And once we hit 6, I'm going to then swap the hands over. This arm will pendulum to the back side of the other foot. Then it's going to keep coming to go to the opposed side. All the way up. 3, 2, 1, to 12. Hold it there again. On the opposed side, balance, stretching, coordination, strength. It's all in there. And then slowly back down. Slowly controlling the movement down to the feet. Okay, once we hit the bottom, we're going to come up into a kneeling warrior 1. We're going to go into a kneeling warrior 2. Check your alignment, make sure they're horizontal. Cool. From here, we're going to breathe in, back into warrior 1. Wow, the clouds are beautiful. Into a monkey lunge. And then all the way forward, back down. Cool. I'm going to swap the legs, so I'm going to bring this foot forward. back, sorry. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring up the right leg as high as it can go. Bend the knee, swoop it in and bring it to the inside hand or arm. Next to your block that's ready. From here, you should be all good. Right, so right arm to the inside of the right leg. Hand against the block. When I'm ready, I'm going to take a nice deep breath in and start to breathe in. Bring the arm up, nice and high, all the way up to 12. Take the breath in, and the energy comes in, all the stretch, balance, the coordination, all the way back down again, nice and slowly, no rush, enjoy the journey. Swap the block, pendulum round, swap the block, pendulum round, arm comes up this side, go, same as it's rush, nice and slow. And then on the next exhale, slow, bring it back down again. Do our little warrior ones and twos. Kneeling warrior one. Kneeling warrior two. Check your alignment, check horizontal. Feel back into your warrior one. Bit of a monkey lunge. Lean back there. There's a lunge or monkey lunge. Whatever you like. Beautiful. Back down. And then foot down. Right, so we don't need the block for a minute now. Okay, I'm going to do a quick cat and cow into a downward dog. So we're going to go cat first of all. And on the exhale, we're going to exhale and bring the stomach down, the head up, come up. Till the tailbone. Good. Right, toes underneath for a second. We're going to go up into downward dog. Okay, so just go up onto your toes for a second. Bring the heels down. Alternately, just quickly stretch off the hamstrings, the glutes, the Achilles, and then just give them a little stretch for a second. Bring the feet a little bit further forward, wider. Hands nice and wide. Take a nice deep breath in here before we bring our head down and straighten everything out. So from a nice deep breath in here, start to straighten out the legs, straighten out the legs, straighten out the legs, push the heels down to the ground and then bring the head between the shoulders and the arms towards the feet. Beautiful. Come forward. I'm going to bring the hands forward for a second to go down onto my elbows. That's a little extra stretch down on the calves, and that's putting some adrenaline in there now. So going for the extra stretch there. Whoa, then back up into down dog. Oh, that's tough. Alright, so from there I'm going to go into plank position. Straight up plank position. And we're going to go for into cobra, but first we're going to do an upward facing dog. So toes now coming out forward. Okay. The heels, sorry, the knees, the hips there off the ground for a moment. And then we'll slowly knees down, hips down, hands forward a little bit more into cobra. There, into cobra. Now if that's a little bit much for you, you can do Sphinx, which is back onto your forearms again. And really rest the hips down on the ground. You feel that stretch in the stomach. Ooh, hip flexors, it is warm today. Right, from here then, I'm going to do a little bit of a locust, so moving down my mat a little bit, feet going out nice and wide, head on the ground, arms are down by the side, and then in a second I'm going to bring the hands up and do a locust pose, so I'm going to contract everything like a banana, head up, toes up, arms out straight, into a locust. Take a nice deep breath here for a second, and then relax. Boom. Right, we need to do a quad stretch, so you can either bring the hand up like this and then just stretch it out, holding onto the back of the foot there or the front of the foot, or you can come up into a sphinx pose and do it like more into half a sphinx, which I prefer. You get a better stretch. So hold that there, take a nice deep breath in, 5 seconds, we'll hold the breath for 2 and then release. The breath. Okay, then we've got the other side to do. So sphinx pose on one side, holding that foot on the other side, giving it a nice squeeze, breathing in to start with, set up the pose. And then once you've set up the pose, we're going to then squeeze. Just like deflating the tire. Deflating the muscles. Get rid of that. Those neurotransmitters that we don't need at the moment. We don't need cortisol, we don't need adrenaline. Okay, so we're going to roll onto our back now, so I'm going to come from one side. I'm just going to bring the knees over to one side to start with, so I'm crossing the knees over like this. I'm going to bring the hands out in front, and then I'm going to bring one arm up. We're going to end up on our back in a sec. We'll do a quick twist or a side bend, so you bring the hand and the shoulders and the chest nice and far back, keeping the legs crossed, pull the knees out in front. Now at this point again, if you can feel a bit of air there, you can always use a yoga block. So just quickly pop the yoga block there, just to help you relax that even more. Switch off those muscles even more. Another good yin yoga pose to do before you go to bed if you can't relax or you need to switch off. So what we're going to do then, set up a block on the other side, cross the leg over just like this. Okay, arms out to the side, set those up, and what we're going to do is just let the legs and the knees drop over to the other side and twist. There we go, keeping our shoulders, our chest, our head, our arms, our fingers all switched off. Just letting our waist and our twist and our obliques, the hips all switch off. And stretch, relax. Right, once we're here, then let's decompress the spine a little bit. So, whilst we're on our back, I'm going to give my knees a little bit of a stretch, pull them in. There we go. Pull both knees in, or you can do one at a time. Or another way you can do it is to cross the leg over and pull it in this way. So there's several different ways that you can do a little glute stretch like that. Okay, so once you've done those, okay, what we're going to do is put our hands down by the side. We're going to do a little bit of a half head stand, and also some plow. So I'm just going to come down the mat a little bit further first. Just like that, there we go. Right, hands planted on the ground. I'm going to bring the knees up, the hips up, the feet up into the ground, into the air, sorry. And then we're going to slowly bring the knees over towards the head. Beautiful, keeping the hands planted on the ground for a second. Okay, from there we're just going to decompress the spine, the back, let all that hang out, and then plow pose. Not forcing anything. Just letting the muscles relax. And then back down. Okay, we're going to do that again in a second, but we're going to raise the hands in a second as well. We're going to support the hips and try a half headstand. So, and again, on the next inhale, bring the hips up, the head up, the feet up, the knees up, and bring it over into a plow pose. Okay. Bring up the hands, bringing the knees, keeping the elbows on the floor, holding on to the hips, straighten out the legs, all the way to the sky, point the toes, and hold. Beautiful, that's a decompression there. And then take a nice deep breath, It's one way to get us every time. Okay, and then from here, we're going to relax back into the cloud pose for a second. Then on the next exhale, and give you back down again. Feet down on the ground. Alright. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of a bridge. So we're going to bring both feet up, the bum up into the air, the hips up into the air as high as you can. Hands on the ground for a second. Okay, we're going to bring that back down again, then we're going to do it again. Okay, so on the next inhale, we're going to bring our push down on the heels again, bring up the hips as high as they can. We're also going to bring up the arms now, bring them up as high as you can, breathing in, breathing in. And then on the next exhale, we're going to relax and let the arms back down behind you. Then in a sec, we're going to relax. We're going to inhale and bring the arms back up. And as they exhale and come down, we're going to bring the hips down with it, bring everything down with it, and let everything just sink and relax and go down. I'm going to also bring out the heels nice and straight. They're going to relax. And switch off the knees, the legs, the hips, the stomach. Switch off the chest, the shoulders, the back, the neck, the head, the arms, the fingers. Just lie there for a couple of minutes before we move on with the day. That was a nice short one just to get you going and keep you balanced and strong and flexible.